Is Raymond Morrison? Oh, good, great. Okay, our next guest is the author of The Ether Zone. Oh, now I remember your face from the picture. I didn't see you back there. Raymond C. Morris. He's also a Vietnam veteran. Let's welcome Raymond to talk with us. Thank you for your service. It's like you have some notes here, huh?
My wife says, remember the KISS principle. And for those of you that don't know what the KISS principle is, K-I-S-S, it's keep it simple, stupid. So I made me a few notes here so I don't start bloviating too much.
Should I not ask too many questions too?
Please ask a lot of questions.
Okay. Why don't we start out, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your service during the Vietnam War, and then what led up to the belt.
Okay, I'm Ray Morris. I'm a retired Special Forces Lieutenant Colonel. Had 3 combat tours in Vietnam. First one was in 1966. Spent time in Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, 8 years in Southeast Asia. I know a little bit about the subject matter I wrote about, but this is not a book about me. It's a book about a small group of Special Forces NCOs and officers that never numbered more than 100 people at any one time. But they were the second highest decorated unit in Vietnam. They were a band of brothers. They were heroes, every one of them. Their story has never been told, and they came to me and asked me if I would write the book. I have written a couple of fiction books. This was a new endeavor for me. But their story needed to be told. Their story needed to be told to their families because, like most Vietnam vets, and I'm guilty of this too, we don't portray our actions in the service to our families. We don't tell them what we did. We keep it quiet when we talk to them, but we do talk about it among ourselves. And that's the reason I think that they wanted me to write their book, is because they could actually come to me and I would understand it. And I could write their story and their families, and a lot of the American public that they want to know about their story would also understand what they did. The Delta Project was a forerunner of what many people know as Delta Force. You've seen movies, Chuck Norris, and everybody shooting everything up, the Delta Force. The guy that started Delta Force was Charlie Beckwith. He was a commander in the unit in my book. And when he came back to the States, and he was responsible for starting up Delta Force. And he was also, through no fault of his own, in charge of the Iranian hostage rescue that went haywire in the desert. And a lot of the guys that were with Delta Project were on that mission, and some of them didn't come back from that. So after the Vietnam War, they still lived a life of danger. Sergeant Charlie Beckwith is no longer with us. Sergeant Charlie was a fond name and that we had for him. You either loved him or hated him, and most of us hated him, but he was a damn good commander. The foreword of the book was written by Hugh Shelton, the former chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff. And most people don't know that Hugh Shelton was a captain in this organization. I have a little story in here about him running into a punji stake on a night attack while leading the Rangers to rescue a few stranded recon boys. Told you a little bit about why I wrote it. One of the reasons is because most of these guys are dying off daily. Like all of us Vietnam vets, we're getting older. I think we're losing about 1,500 Vietnam veterans a day, they say. So the memory bank was getting pretty thin. They wanted me to interview all of the survivors and get the story before there wasn't any story left. I've been approached and said, asked why I named the book The Ether Zone. may think it's an odd name for a book, but General Cushman, who was the Marine Corps Commandant during the Vietnam War, was privileged to have these guys work for him and do some work for him over a 6-month period. And he said, who are these guys? I got to find out who they are. So he went down to the Delta Project headquarters in the Trang and was briefed on it. At the end of the briefing, he said, you operate in the ether zone of military excellence. And so I thought that'd be a very good name for the book. And I noticed everyone is saying something about our service members. I'd like to say God bless, come home safely, all in one piece. Your country is very proud of you, and every one of you operate in the ether zone of military excellence.
Could you share with people how they would purchase your book?
Well, I have a website, raycmorris.com. Or you can go to Hellgate Press, which is also on the internet, Amazon.com, get it through Barnes & Nobles, or you can go to my website, send me an email, and I'll mail you one.
I'm just curious, it says you were born in Jefferson City, Missouri. I'm getting ready to do 2 talk shows there, October 16th, with the Missouri National Guard and Veterans Commission. Are you still there?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure if you're still in Jefferson City?
Oh. My
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, no, I'm in Tampa.
Oh, okay, okay. No, I just thought it was interesting because I'm going to be there October 16th.
No, I'm in Tampa.
Okay.
I plan to go back to the Branson thing that's going on here in a few weeks, and hopefully I'll get to meet everyone from the family again.
The Marine Bash, right?
Pardon me?
Is that the Marine Bash Ball?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.